Hello everyone and welcome back to Phaedra channel. Today we are back with yet another topic which revolves around the US Navy battleships. This is one of those warships which is currently the talk of the town. Yes, it's none other than the USS Independence, from the Littoral Combat Ship LCS series. The Independence class is a series of littoral warfare ships designed by the US Navy. Before we move with the US Independence, let us dig into its background a little. By background, we mean to learn about Littoral Combat Ship LCS. The LCS is a pair of very small surface boats built by the US Navy for missions close to the coast. It was supposed to be a connected, nimble, and secretive littoral surface combatant competent in countering anti-access and asymmetric assaults. Corvettes in different navies are equivalent to littoral combat ships. The initial two LCS versions are the Freedom and Independence classes. Each one is significantly shorter than the Oliver Hazard Perry-class frigates of the United States Navy, but bigger than the Cyclone-class patrol vessels. Independence, the first ship, had been laid down on January 9, 2006, at the Austral USA shipyard in Mobile, Alabama. As of June 2009, the conception and completion of Independence were more than 3 times over the spending plan. The ship's overall estimated cost is $704 million. The cost was reportedly estimated to be $220 million by the Navy. Independence started builder's trails 3 days late due to operational concerns in July 2009. The command of trials had to be changed due to rupture in the port gas turbine, but the builder's acknowledgement experiments were accomplished by November. And while her first in-serve inspection disclosed 2,080 flaws, they were fixed in time for the ship to be delivered over to the Navy in mid-December and assigned in mid-January 2010. The Independence-class concept originated as a high-speed cruise ship architecture in Austral. The development's primary goals were performance, durability, and ride comfort. And Austral's team discovered that the trimaran hull outperformed both a catamaran as well as a monohull in terms of passenger convenience and steadiness. Austral's commercial high-speed trimaran ferry, HSC Benchijigua Express, emerged from the high-speed cruise ship project. Independence is a fast, comparatively small cruiser designed for action in the littoral zone, which was handed to the Navy at the end of 2009. She can change out different systems to perform different duties, which include locating and eliminating mines, seeking submarines in and near shallow water, and battling smaller boats. The ships have a length of 127.4 meters, 418 feet, a beam of 31.6 meters, 104 feet, and a draught of 13 feet, 3.96 meters. They have a moderate displacement of 2,377 tons, a complete displacement of 3,228 tons, and a deadweight of 851 tons. The usual ship's workforce is 40 people. However, this number might rise relying on the ship's purpose and the number of task-specific employees on board. The bunks are positioned beneath the bridge in the hability area. Instead of typical steering wheels, joysticks are used to operate the helm. Despite the fact that the trimaran hull encases the overall surface area, it still has a radius of 10,000 nautical miles and can reach sustained velocities of around 50 knots, 93 kilometers an hour or 58 miles per hour. 19,000 kilometers and 12,000 kilometers respectively would be its radius. Although Austral says that the concept will use a third lower gasoline than the rival Freedom class, the Congressional Budget Office estimates that fuel will contribute to only 18% of the overall lifespan cost of Freedom. The absence of bridge wings on the Independence class has been identified as the most serious flaw in the complete LCS program, to the point where current ships will require to be repaired. The Independence class ships are particularly vulnerable due to their lightweight aluminum structure. The Independence class has self-defense as well as commanding and management default weaponry, with exception of traditional fighting ships, which have fixed weapons like cannons and missiles. Customizable operation modules can be outfitted for a single operation package at a period. Manufactured aircraft, autonomous vehicles, off-board instrumentation, and mission-managing contingents are example of modules. The interior volume, as well as payload, exceeds those of several destroyers, making it suitable for high-speed transportation and maneuvering. The mission bay occupies the majority of the deck below the hangar and flight deck, measuring 15,200 square feet, 1,400 square meters. It was crafted with significant payload as well as density to undertake out one purpose with distinct mission subsystem in the stockpile. enabling the ship to do different objectives without experiencing to be reconfigured. For a lower radar front point, the ladder and frontal panels are included. The automated surface vessel of the Fleet class is meant to operate from Independence-class vessels. 2 SH-60 Seahawk helicopters, various remotely piloted aircraft, or one CH-53C Stallion helicopter can be operated on the 1,030 meters square, 11,100 square foot flying platform. Airdrop, evacuation, anti-submarine, radar deterrent, and anti-ship operations with torpedoes and missiles are all capabilities of the H-60 series helicopters. Just between all this very informational video, we would like to add a fun fact. Not sure if you're all aware of this, but the Discovery Channel program inside a 21st century warship showcases the USS Independence alongside the USS Freedom LCS-1. The lead ship of the Independence class of littoral combat ships is the USS Independence LCS-2. She is the United States Navy's 6th ship to be dedicated after the notion of independence. The General Dynamics partnership created the architecture from the Navy's LCS program, and it rivals the Lockheed Martin designed Freedom version. The ship is a trimaran with a broad beam well above the waterline that accommodates a wider flight deck than the Navy's considerably larger destroyers and cruisers, as well as a massive storage and operations center below. The trimaran hull also has a hydrodynamic resistance, enabling effective performance on 2 diesel-powered water jets at velocities of up to 18 knots, 33 kilometers an hour or 21 miles per hour, as well as high-speed operation on 2 fuel turbine-powered water jets at velocities of up to 44 knots, 81 kilometers per hour or 51 miles per hour for brief durations. Each ship has one Mobicon flexible container handling system for moving mission containers. The bay can accommodate 4 lanes of several Strykers, armored Humvees, and their accompanying soldiers in conjunction with cargo or container-sized mission components. Merchandise the size of a 20-foot-long, 6.1-meter shipping container can be airlifted into the operation bay while at sea using an elevator. The ship could have transported the now-cancelled expeditionary fighting vehicle thanks to a lateral access ramp that enables vehicular roll-on or roll-off loading to a wharf. Now that we're all aware of how amazing the USS Independence actually is, and everything discussed in the video so far would have gotten you knowledge about it, we have exceptional news to share. The USS Navy has officially decommissioned the USS Independence as of July 2021. The ship, which was the inaugural of a new class of battleships meant to combat in the post-9/11 period, only lasted half as long as it was expected to. Overall, the service is decommissioning the first 4 LCS ships due to excessive modification expenses. Independence was decommissioned from service on July 29th during a ceremony at the naval base in San Diego. For health and safety issues connected to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the event was closed to the public. Independence will be decommissioned and assigned to the reserve fleet. Independence will be transported to Bremerton, Washington, one of 2 standby fleet bases on the West Coast, by a tugboat. She'll be waiting there for recalling instructions in the eventuality of a catastrophe. If the ship is not retrieved, the government will demolish it. In January of 2010, the USS Independence was inaugurated into the Navy. The ship was the 2nd littoral combat ship to be constructed by Austal USA and the 2nd to start operating. Independence is one of 4 early production littoral ships that the Navy plans to deactivate, because upgrading them to extend their expected 25-year service careers would be too expensive. So far in the video, the USS Independence came and went, but we know that you might be having this question somewhere in your mind that in actual, how many USS Independence were there? Well, to answer that question in a detailed yet understandable manner, we say that there was a total of 19 planned USS Independence vessels. A breakdown of this figure would include 13 completed vessels, while 6 were still under construction. Out of the 13 constructed ones, 1 is retired, while 12 are currently marked as active. Even if the authorities have now announced that upgrading them will cost them a lot, it doesn't mean that it has not received its fair share of upgrades in the past. The Navy's suggestion that the small surface combatant is based on enhanced variations of both the Independence and Freedom LCSs was adopted in December 2014. The SSC is the Navy's attempt to boost the LCS's weaponry and security. Despite Austal's submissions of vertical launching capabilities, 76mm guns, and modern combat systems and technologies, the Navy elected to preserve the 57mm gun, not add a VLS, and enhance the 3D radar instead. Configuration of an undefined over-the-horizon missile, Mark 38 25mm guns, a torpedo detection system framework, a malfunction-mounted array structure, a CRAM detonator on the Freedom class, an enhanced countermeasures deception scheme, an enhanced electronic warfare regulatory regimen, armor introduced to vital areas, and better overall signature control were among the other changes. We have till now explained a number of features and specifications that this oh-so-exceptional ship contains, and to be honest, we were also in awe with all of that. Even though the authorities have now decided to retire the USS Independence, and they have their own legit reasons to do so, because the upgradation costs have become too much, it still will not make the benefits possessed and served by this warship any less. For the time being, it is being held at one of the wharves waiting for any rejoining announcement issued, if any. And if not, then it'll be destroyed by the relevant authorities.